monkey! Today we got something special. We got the Google Pixel 10 Pro XL. You know, I always have some troubles getting these phones at launch because none of these companies want to send me their phones. And I think it's partly because of the video I made about the S25 Ultra at the start of this year. And with that being my first ever Android experience, I was chatting some shit, not gonna lie. But Samsung, if y'all wanna make up, hit me up. But yeah, before anybody says this video is sponsored, this is not sponsored. I'm like 3 bands deep into Pixel 10s right now. This is my second order. The first order got delayed and I stayed up till midnight last night just to get this phone on launch. Anyways, today we also got the 16 Pro Max as well as the S25 Ultra. So we're gonna do some comparisons between all of these phones, and this being my first ever Pixel phone, I'm actually quite interested in seeing how it compares to these two. But first things first, let me put these to the side and let's unbox the Pixel 10. At first glance, the packaging reminds me of the S25 Ultra's packaging. I'm not sure what you would call this, I guess like recyclable packaging or whatever. Anyways, I know it's good for the environment, so that's really nice. And we have these 2 strips here. Let's see if they make that satisfying noise. They don't. They just come off, which is fine. It's just the unboxing experience. In the package you also get some paper stuff. I'm not really sure what this is. Maybe some warnings and things of this nature. But this is what we're here for. The Pixel 10 Pro XL. Dude, it actually feels super nice on hand, even with the little paper thingy on. But let's take that off. Yeah. That is mint. Oh my god. Look at the phone. Like, tell me this phone isn't the sexiest out of all of these 3. The Pixel is in the Moonstone colorway and these 2 are both gray, but still, that looks amazing. Yo! Here's a quick comparison with the iPhone 16 Pro Max and the Pixel 10. I think these 2 look really similar. They look almost identical. If I gave you one of these phones and you didn't know anything about phones, you would think they're from the same brand. But yeah, the release cycle for the Pixel phones is always weird to me because it's right before the iPhone launch. I think the strategy behind that is to get the people who are kinda on edge about the iPhone or the Pixel and get them to buy the Pixel because the release cycle is so close to the iPhone launch. Then in the packaging, you just get a USB-C cable. Do you even get the pin for the SIM card? Wait. I'm not sure you get the pin for the SIM card. Hold on. Oh yeah, there's the pin for the SIM card. Yeah, let me just start off the Pixel and see what it's all about. I'm not sure if it has battery in it. Oh yeah, it does. Great. I made sure to also charge the S25 Ultra and the iPhone, so we can do some comparisons here right now. Right now, just looking at the S25 Ultra and the Pixel 10 side by side, I can tell that the Pixel 10 is much more reflective of light than the S25 Ultra, which has the non-reflective coating on it. Alright, we're getting into the phone, but just look at this one more time. I think the design is by far the best out of all of these 3. I was looking at the edges and stuff. This thing right here, this is engineering excellence, bro. I know the upgrades from last year aren't that big, and people always bash companies for not making these major upgrades every single year, but I actually think it's better for the consumer that there aren't these major upgrades every single year, because outside of tech YouTubers, who the hell is upgrading their phone every single year anyways? And when there aren't these big upgrades every single year, it's less FOMO for the average consumer. And I mean, think about it, if you upgrade your phone every single year, that's like 130 bucks a month just for a phone. In what world is that worth it? Before I was making these videos, I was upgrading like every 5 years or so. I had the iPhone 6, then I upgraded to the iPhone 11, and then, well, I got an iPhone 14 from my workplace as like a work phone. But then I upgraded to 16 Pro Max when I started making these phone videos last year. So yeah, I was upgrading every 5 years, and to me that was the way to go, because if you upgrade every single year, the phone isn't gonna feel new to you. But if you upgrade every few years, then it actually feels new to you and you're gonna appreciate the phone much more. It's asking me to set up from another Android or an iPhone. It's fine, like I can just set it up on my own time outside of the camera. Let me not show y'all the Wi-Fi password though, hold on. We're gonna cut that out. But yeah, I'm pretty hyped for the Pixel because this year we got the MagSafe stuff, and to most people that probably isn't a big upgrade, but I got so many MagSafe accessories like the charger at my setup as well as some other chargers and stuff. So I'm pretty hyped for this. Getting used to the keyboard on a new phone is always hard to me. I was making so many typos on the S25 Ultra when I was using that. Even after like a couple of months of usage, I was making some mad typos on it. I know this phone also has the fingerprint as well as the Face ID. And yeah, right now we're prompted to add the fingerprint unlock. Apparently the fingerprint thing is super fast on Pixel phones. Yeah, we can actually test out the speed against the S25 Ultra for the fingerprint, because I've seen so many people talk about the responsiveness of the fingerprint unlock on Pixel phones. Fingerprint added. Oh yeah. And then the Face ID. Hold on, can I show y'all this? Yeah. Okie dokie. Yeah. Looks good. Google is saying I look good. Check it out. Then it's asking for some privacy stuff. If you're into privacy, just go ahead and untap all of this. Me personally, I don't really care. The Pixel phones have the gestures on by default, it seems. On the S25 Ultra you have to turn it on manually. I've never seen Android 16 before in my life, so this is first time seeing it. And first things first, I think this wallpaper is looking kinda mid, so we need to change that ASAP. How do you make a photo your wallpaper? Guys, I'm just figuring all of this out as we go. This seems a bit different than the One UI and obviously the iOS. Customize lock screen. Yes, now we're here. Yes, there we go. This is part of my new wallpaper pack called Braces. I basically wanted to do something that reminds me of programming, which is what started it all for me, and mix that with something that kind of looks aesthetic. So here's the final result. I think it looks super dope. No pressure, you don't have to buy it. But if you want to get this wallpaper, then I'll leave the first link in the description for the wallpaper pack. And there we go. We are now on the nice looking wallpaper. I mean, just look at it. Tell me that doesn't look sexy. Anyways, now we can finally start setting up the phone properly. I'm getting some weird error that this cover isn't available. It looks like this cover isn't available on your Google account. It's telling me to switch accounts. So maybe this is because it's like a Google Workspace account, like a business account. Satellite SOS is now available. Boom, there we go. So I guess you can't log in with a business account for your phone. But alright, we're in the phone right now, which is great. Last time with the S25 Ultra video, I had some major issues in finding the settings, which a lot of y'all got mad at me for. But come on, like, coming from an iPhone, first time ever touching an Android, it's pretty difficult to find the settings. So I think let's do a settings speed run, how fast I can find the settings menu. I was already able to change the wallpaper and stuff. So far at least, Android 16 feels super intuitive, even for like a Apple sheep like myself. If I swipe down, boom, we got internet, Bluetooth. If we just click on internet, nope. Modes, torch, Android system. Let's see, what else? Manage. No, these are notifications. Am I gonna get clowned again? Guys. Oh, there we go. Guys, that was fast. You cannot cancel me for that. So basically, just swipe up. Boom, there we go. All the apps are here. The search bar is here. And you can just type in settings. Boom, we're in the settings. We're in the settings, guys. I've been learning, as you can see. I think the first thing we want to do is change the keyboard to Finnish, because I need my Finnish letters, languages. Boom, add keyboard, boom, Suomi, Finland, let's go. And if I press here, Finnish keyboard is there. Finnish keyboard is right there, boys. Then let's go back into the settings. I noticed that the screen keeps going down in brightness, so let's make it max brightness at all times. Let's go to display and touch brightness level. Max dash. Yo, that is bright. So I think the Pixel 10 is 3300 nits and the S25 Ultra was 2600 nits, and then the iPhone is only 2000 nits. But at first glance the Pixel looks super bright, which is great. Yo, the Face ID is super fast as well. Hold on, let's try out the fingerprint between the S25 Ultra and the Pixel 10. But I can already see that the Face ID at least is incredibly fast on the Pixel. S25 Ultra fingerprint. Let's go. Boom. Fingerprint doesn't match. Boom. It's pretty fast. It's pretty fast, not gonna lie. It's like 1 second. It takes a second. Yeah. Not even a second. That's like half a second. The S25 Ultra is fast as well. Let's check out the Pixel. I think it's the same speed. Honestly. No, it's faster. It's gotta be faster. Pixel. Boom. Oh shit. Yo, that's fast. That is fast. Let's try the S25 Ultra one more time. One thing I hate that with all of these phones, the power button is kinda on a different spot on each one of them. So if you're using multiple phones, getting used to this it's kind of hard. But that's like real first world problems, so I'm not even gonna complain about that. Okay, S25 Ultra, one more time with the fingerprint method. It is fast than the Pixel. No, I think the Pixel wins. I think the Pixel takes the win on this one. It's a little bit snappier, if that makes any sense. With the S25 Ultra, you kind of have to press your finger down, but with the Pixel 10, it just instant. Also, the Face ID is super fast on the Pixel. Let's check out the Face ID between the iPhone and the Pixel. Which one is faster? Basically on the Pixel, it's instant. Right when you press the power button, it recognizes your face. You don't even have to press the power button. Like, I think it's the always on display. So when you just look at the phone, it instantly opens. I don't know if they got it on iPhone. Let's see. Oh no, they got it. They got it. I hope you can see, but there's basically this tiny lock animation up here. It's pretty fast on the iPhone. The Face ID, it's pretty much the same. All in all, I think in terms of unlocking your phone, if that's a benchmark anybody's interested in, the Pixel wins because the iPhone doesn't have fingerprint unlock and the Face ID unlock is almost the same speed. But then the Pixel is faster than the S25 Ultra when it comes to unlocking your phone. But for now, I think that's enough yapping and setting up the phone. Oh, one last thing. We gotta actually switch to the Pixel. So on the iPhone, the SIM card goes to the bottom of the phone, but on the Pixel, it's actually on top of the phone. There we go. You can see the phone service provider. We're officially on the Pixel 10 Pro XL. Right now, I'm gonna grab some lunch and we're gonna test especially the 100x zoom between the S25 Ultra and the Pixel 10, but also just the general camera between the Pixel 10 and the iPhone 16 Pro Max. So we got a bunch of testing stuff to do. So I totally forgot to show y'all the MagSafe capabilities of the Pixel 10. And this is one of the biggest things this year. As you can see, here I got this MagSafe charger that I've been using with my iPhone. And hold on, where's my iPhone? And if I place my iPhone there, it starts charging and it goes on this landscape mode. With the Pixel, I'm wondering what's gonna happen if I place it on the MagSafe charger. Let's just try first like this. It sticks. Some people were saying that the charging on the Pixels is going to be slower than on the iPhones. So I'm not sure how efficient this is, but at least it's nice to know that you can charge your phone with the MagSafe accessories. Also, I have this other MagSafe kind of wireless charger thingy. It's a power bank actually. It's this one from OnePlus. I really like it. I used it a ton during the summer. Works perfectly. Actually looks pretty clean as well. Check it out. Ooh. The Pixel 10 with a MagSafe power bank. A clean combo, bro. Also, while we're at it, as you can see, or as you saw from my apartment tour video, my apartment has a decent view. We can see a bunch of different landmarks around Helsinki. So I was thinking, what if we just try to snipe some of the landmarks from here with the Pixel 10 and the S25 Ultra using the 100x zoom. And let's see which phone is better with the 100x zoom. This is my first time opening the camera app. It actually looks pretty good. You got a bunch of different modes. Oh yeah, you got the Add Me mode. Latest AR app is needed. Okay, you need to download an app for the Add Me feature to work. And I think there was this camera coach as well this year as a new feature. But yeah, guys, I don't know if you can hear that. There's some action going on downstairs. And this is what I was talking about in the apartment tour video when I said that you can hear the cars driving and stuff while you're up here, which is not optimal. Let's just go on the regular photo mode. Everybody can agree that this is the mode you're supposed to be using. And then let's just go all the way up to 100x. I'm gonna snipe some pictures right now and then I'm gonna put them side by side on the screen, and your job is to guess which one is the S25 Ultra and which one is the Pixel 10 Pro XL. This is pretty nuts. Obviously the Pixel is adding some AI enhancement on the photos. They still look so realistic. This is crazy. Like you can see the before and after photos. Like this is before adding the AI enhancement, and then this is with the AI enhancement. This is the 100x zoom, y'all. This is nuts. Look at it. And keep in mind, I've seen these buildings in real life. I see them all the time from my apartment and in person as well. This looks very, very realistic. Is pixel the meta? I don't know. But so far, this is looking pretty good. I'm gonna go for a quick walk to snap some more pictures on the regular lenses. So we're gonna test the iPhone and the Pixel because my S25 Ultra camera is still broken, at least the main lens. It still has this weird, I'm pretty sure it's dust somehow under the lens, but it's really hard to clean because you can't remove this lens stuff. Now all of these pictures are just straight up product. Whatever the camera was seeing at that moment is how the picture came out. So there's no presets, no editing, nothing. And on the left we had the iPhone 16 Pro Max, and on the right was the Pixel 10 Pro XL. So this is the front-facing camera of the Pixel 10 Pro. Right now I'm shooting 4K 30 FPS. I was kind of bummed out because I really wanted to use the voice translation feature on the Pixel 10 because that seems really cool, and a lot of people here in Finland speak Swedish and I can't understand a word of Swedish. So I think that feature actually can come in handy, and I'm not sure if it's one of those EU things where EU is banning these AI features and stuff, or if it's just like a Google thing that they want to first roll out the features in the United States and only then in Europe. But whatever the case is, I don't have that feature enabled right now. And this is the ultra wide camera on 8K 24 FPS. Let me know how this looks and if it's better than the front facing one. I love these views. Whenever I'm feeling sad or if I'm thinking about something or whatever, I like to go on these walks, like just a quick 10-15 minute walk around the neighborhood. Just get some fresh air in your lungs and you're gonna feel completely new. But yeah, I think that wraps up the switching to the Pixel 10 Pro XL video. I'm gonna use this phone for a couple of weeks, and then me and the boys, the three musketeers who are also in Paris, are going to Lake Como for an event. So I think I'm gonna do the day in the life with the Pixel 10 Pro XL in Lake Como, and I think that's gonna be sick. So definitely subscribe to the channel if you wanna see that video. And with that said, I'll see you in the next one.